I wasn't going to do much on this wiring loom in the middle. I was going to focus on the alternator, but I've come across an issue that I see a lot on these, and it was too much of a good opportunity to miss. So you can see I've braided up that side. I haven't taped it up yet. We come down through here. See those by my finger? And this is why a lot of VVTIs have a problem, and I see this a lot. So this piece of wire here came out to there, and this was taped, and it goes hard and it breaks right there. And I see this a heap. It's on the left hand side. Yep, they damaged those wires. I've got a proper test procedure for finding this in vehicles when they do this, but it's just interesting to note how often I see this on the VVTI looms, and guys aren't picking it up, and then they think that VVTI engines aren't very good, or they got fault codes and they're chasing fault codes for the cam, around the cam belt area, cam sensor type codes, or VVTI performance issues. And it's a couple of broken wires, or a broken wire to the left-hand cam sensor. That's what was left of the 22R engine wiring loom. I recycled the gearbox wiring. Right here, and it goes down to the gearbox with the speed sensors. The loom itself has been refabbed, all new connectors. It's been apart and modified up in here. This plug has been reused, modified. An AT EMU has been fitted because it's running manual and we want the engine to make full power. A set of relays and fuses have been made. Right, so that's all been done. And somewhere in here, the factory plug's been fitted. So here. So it now has the plug off the 22R that's been fitted to this loom. So it literally just plugs in. We've got 3 wires left. Tacho, fan switch, and ignition. I could link the ignition in over here to like the reverse lights. That would actually work. We'll see if I can find a better ignition. And that's going to be in this part of the loom. So the next bit of the job is removing the voltage regulator. Installing this stuff here. And that's going to come out and be removed all the way over to the fuse box, which is on the right hand side of the vehicle. So that's all this is getting stripped apart. And a lot of stuff out of here is coming out. Somewhere in here we've also got Tacho. There's our ignition signal. And this is our Tacho signal. So I can probably get in and that's going to come back and be over here too. Right, let me get into this. I need a bigger bench for doing these sorts of jobs. I would actually normally do this job in the vehicle. I wouldn't normally do it on the bench. But I should be able to attempt to do it on the bench just fine. Right, here we go. So we've got, there's the plug for our voltage regulator. And you see these 3 go down to the alternator. And these 3 come from the car. So that's our light, that's ignition, and that's sense right there. And those are the 3 that we need for this alternator. Notice the difference in the size of wires too. And then someone's done some modifications down in here. There's ones. Someone's done something ugly. We're going to ditch that. These 2 are power feeds from the alternator, and they're way too small for the UZ alternator. It's on the wrong side of the vehicle. So this alternator is on the left hand side. And the Lexus alternator is on the right. And then here's another power feed. Comes up. There's the There's a noise suppressor. There we go. Wait a minute. Doesn't quite make sense. See right here? That's a black red. That's Toyota's power wire. Black white is normally an earth. No, that is an earth. I don't actually know what that earth is, to tell you the truth. It's a bit odd. Okay. I don't know at all what that earth was down to the alternator area. So I'll do something with that. It probably just comes up through to here actually. See, there's an earth there. There's an earth block. If so, it's just going to leave. It's going to be removed. Right, back to work. Problem solved. And, oh, here. So, that one there is the trigger from the igniter. That's a 12 volt. That's my ignition. That's the one I want to use to trigger the ECU. Or the system. And that one there is my Tacho. That one there. Which goes back through the loom. Here's that earth gone. Now I'm always suspicious when I see stuff like this. And then you come over here and you get this. We might dig in there and see what we got, eh? Not very pretty. I wonder if it's an alarm or something in here. There's nothing wrong with those, eh? See the bottom of the fuse? And the fuse all just coloured and melted. Yeah, there's a problem. Floor mounted wiring, we got rid of that. Yep. So all that crap's gone. I got into here. I got the body of the fuse out. There was some destructive removal. Yeah, that hasn't been hot, has it? No. It's all melted in. And then I couldn't get the locks to get the terminals out. So I've just cut it off, and I'm going to put new terminals on and move it next door. Yep. I'm going to put an alternator fuse in this area, and I'll run the power supply that goes over to the battery, which is going to be on the left, separately. I think we've got a pretty good plan of what's going on here. Well, it's back together. Oh, look, these are the headlight plugs. They're all fried up as well, so someone's had some extra load. Now the weird thing is the headlights aren't on that AM1 fuse. It's its own power supply, but they've burned up headlights. I've still got a repair in there, and I'm going to pop a different relay in there. Got all my parts at the workshop. I generally do the simpler stuff at home in the home workshop. That's going to go into the main engine loom. I'm going to put a fuse or something on here, or got to work out exactly what I'm doing there. Probably a fuse is going to be the go. That's the alternator wiring going to the alternator. I've got universal sort of alternator fuses, so that's wiring loom, so that's really easy. And then I'll build a loom that runs right along with this over to the battery to get the power, the voltage back to the battery, and the other headlight plug. Rightio, let's head to the workshop, get the main engine loom onto the engine and get it tested, and finish this bit off. Woo! Oh, I got the fuses. So this will go off to the battery. Those two will be linked together. That's for the alternator. And I just used our universal alternator harness, nice and simple. And then this one goes into the fuse box. Fuse box now got a fan relay tucked in there. 2 fan fuses. Look at that. It pops out to a couple of fan. There's the fan powers. Cool. And that just plugs in for the alternator. I replaced the headlight plugs so they're not burnt anymore. That works, that works, that works. That works. And it'll just plug into here. There's our start. All the other accessories to the vehicle. The only thing I did with the Tacho is I didn't actually match it up yet because there's a resistor that needs to be removed. This one was a 22R Hilux. In the back of the Tacho there is a little resistor that can be bypassed and allows the Tacho to be used with the Vvti output. Works perfectly. So the owner will need to pop the Tacho cluster out, bypass the resistor, and then move that pin to make it all work. Nice and easy. I think we need to make this go. I really do think I need to make this go. Yep, let's put that on an engine. There's my fuse box that I raided. Handy having this sort of stuff lying around. Oh, I probably should say how to plug this all together. Let's see. See this big plug here? That's the factory plug. You plug it in. Good. See these plugs here that go into the ECU? You plug them in. And these two are on the engine loop. You plug them in. This is the AT EMU. You plug that in. That plugs into that one. Oh, that's the reverse loom. So that gets plugged in. It's the gearbox loom. So that gets plugged into the gearbox and then gets plugged into the back of the engine. That's a bit of a recycle. These relays and fuses, this one gets permanent battery power. It goes to the fuel pump, down to my bucket of noise down there. This is the check engine light. We need to check engine light. And then the loom gets fitted, or the harness gets fitted to the engine. A couple of notes, this is for the fan switch here, this one. There is a fan switch. There's a water temp sensor to go in the water temp sensor hole, which is down there. This can get longer. If you pull this out, it gets longer and longer and longer. Then you put the loom onto the engine. This one, earths, very important, there and there. There's where that gearbox loom plugs in. Oxygen sensors go down to the oxygen sensors. So it's all pretty straightforward. This is the airflow meter for it. So he's going to use that body for the airflow meter. And then you plug this into the ute. And you plug this into the ute and you turn the key on and start it. Of course I can't do that because I don't have a ute attached, funnily enough. So I've put power into that one for the starter trigger and I've put ignition power into that one. So I come down here. I need more hands. Thanks. Now we can hear the relays turning on. Beauty. We're fitting the earmuffs. Turn the rev limiter.
That sounds better like that. Off and not running. They're gonna leave my van air out because you fill the van up with fucking exhaust fucking
Fumes. Yeah. My reduction of petrol as it's evaporated all the good stuff off over the weekend. That's all good. I'm pretty happy there. I think we can call that done. Right, what am I going to do next? I'll probably make up a couple of leads to go from the engine to the battery. From the engine. From the fuse box side across the front because it's in a Hilux. And I'll probably put my scan tool on it, just double check that it's scanning. The immobiliser has been deleted. And the loom has been working. It's almost a plug and play into a Hilux because the man gave me that front loom, which I don't normally do, and because it was a petrol one, it kind of works out pretty easy. So I hope that's been helpful. We'll talk to you again soon. Catch you later.